What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. Today's going to be a busy day for me. I got a lot of stuff I am going to be upgrading and doing to the man cave. As a kid, when I first got my room, it wasn't until I was later on in life, as a teenager, I got my first room. One of my hobbies, man, because I had a lot of friends come over, and I used to sneak girls in the room all the time. I used to keep my room, and I was a gamer, okay? I used to rearrange my room all the time. That was one thing I did. I rearranged. I was always upgrading it the best that I could, whether it was from stolen goods or money that I might have saved up from God knows where. But I was always into doing that. So today, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going to Home Depot and a few other places. Picture frames. I got to get some picture frames. My homeboy's been getting some awesome Tomb Raider, Black Ops 4 posters out of the dumpster. Can you believe that? My homeboy be dumpster diving, man, getting some awesome posters out of GameStop dumpsters. It's absolutely unbelievable. Lucy, you need to get life, girl. Lucy over here. Living the dream, ain't you, girl? Dirtying up my couch. I gotta get new couches because of your filthy self. Huh? But today, I'm only going to be using my cell phone to make this video. I'm going to my father's house, a.k.a. the Gringo. He said he has some good content, some good stories to be told today. So that's where we're going to be heading in a few moments. Hear what he has to say. First, let me open up this package, man. I've been ordering some t-shirts online. Well, never mind. It's not my t-shirts. Looks like Brittany's been ordering jeans without me knowing. I'm sick and tired of it. Every time I'm looking forward to a package, I come home, open it up, and it ain't even my crap. It's Brittany's. To all those fellas out there that, get random packages at the door because their old lady's bored and wants to freaking shop on Amazon. I feel your pain, my friends. I feel your pain. But anyways, let's head down to the Gringo's house and let him tell his stories of the day. Hope y'all enjoy. Alright, Dad, so you got some stories for me today?
Okay, I got a couple stories for you. They're kind of quick. These stories about these stories about when I was driving a gas truck. Anyways, I had a few, I drove gas tankers at night for over 30 years. So a few things are going to happen, There's a lot of freak shows at night. Anyways, this one here, and another thing is you get tired at night driving. So a couple of times I fell asleep driving. Even, what's the name of them pills you take to stay awake?
No-dose?
7-Eleven. No-dose. I probably took 30 of them things at one time. I felt like my hair was standing straight up. But anyways, I'm coming back from the Outer Banks, and I am so tired, but this is my last stop. I got to get home. So I'm kind of weaving a little bit. Nobody's on the road but me at 3 o'clock.
Weaving with a fuel tanker.
Weaving. And all of a sudden, I'm driving off the road, and I hear, boom! I said, oh my God, dear Lord, I killed somebody. So I got out, and I ran back there to see what was going on. And lucky, it was a speed limit sign I hit, but it was so loud, and it scared me daylight. I was just like thanking the Lord that I ain't killed nobody. So, needless to say, the rest of the night I was wide awake. But like I said,
did it mess up your truck?
No, it didn't do no damage really.
So no one even knew?
I didn't even say nothing. these are stories that I probably could have got fired at, but you do things sometimes. Anyways, this is, like I said, these are quick stories. I don't think I even told Mommy about that. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever told you about these, have I? Maybe one of them. But I was coming, this is another one.
Oh, Mom's going to get you later.
I was coming back from the Outer Banks. And this one, I fell asleep, and I drove right onto the beach. I was stuck so deep they had to call the tow truck guy to pull me out. That one I had to report, because I had a tow bill.
What'd you tell him? You fell asleep?
I told him I reached down for my coffee and went off the shoulder, and I couldn't control it after that.
Oh, my God.
The other one was, I was out delivering gas, and it was about 3 in the morning, and I was like, it was like an underground 12,000 gallon tank, and I had plenty of room to put the fuel in. So I was just sitting up in the truck reading the paper, and I turned around and looked, and fuel was blowing out of that hole all over the place. So I went down, I shut the fuel off, and I'm like, the gas station was kind of like, the parking lot was at an angle. So all that fuel went to that angle. It was like a foot of gas. I was like, oh my God, they're going to fire me for this. What am I going to do? So I said, I better call the fire department. And then I saw the broom. I saw the broom by the customer's car wash.
Oh my God.
I spent about an hour and a half sweeping that gas right down in that hole.
Damn, man, that's a serious safety hazard.
And then after I got it all in the hole, there was still some that I couldn't sweep up. And I said, man, I think this will evaporate before I open in the morning. So I said, I'm out of here. So I took off. I had gas on me. I couldn't light a cigarette because I was afraid I was going to blow myself up. So I had to drive 2 hours back without a cigarette. Anyways, they got a call. They said nothing. And I was like, got away with that one. And then the next one was, they told me, hey, this gas station is closed and go pump out the gas tanks. So I said, all right. So, you have to drop this pipe in there, pump the gas out. First I stuck it. I said, okay, they got 3,000 gallons. They got plenty of room to pump it out. So, the same thing. I'm just kind of relaxing and it's starting to rain. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me jump up in the truck. And every once in a while I look through the mirror to make sure everything looks good. And I'm looking, I'm like, what the heck is that? The top of my truck, it looks like gas is blowing out. I'm like, what? I had plenty of room in here. So it's like a fountain at the mall, blowing out of 3 holes. It just starts pouring down rain. I look around, the weird thing is I look around and people are pumping gas, and everything. I'm like, nobody even sees this. So I just cut off the stuff. I cut off the stuff, and just gas everywhere, but a thunderstorm blows. And this was in the 80s. Now, we didn't care about the environment as much. Nowadays, they'll throw you in jail for something like that. So anyway, so I just kind of hang around, let the thunderstorm. I see it all going down the sewer, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I told him when I got back, I said, look, something's wrong with that tank. There's a hole in it or something. Water. I think what happened was when I dropped that metal tube down to suck the fuel out, I think that tank was so old that I was sucking groundwater along with it. Because I remember thinking, man, it's taking me a long time to pump out 3,000 gallons. And this is another quick one.
Oh, yes.
This guy, this was, man, we were so poor. It was a long time ago. I went to work and it was wintertime. We were delivering a heating oil. And I didn't have no heat in the house. I needed some heating oil. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I said, Lord, I'm sorry. I'm taking some of this heating oil. Because I'm freezing. We're freezing at the house. Yeah. I said, Lord, I got to take it. We just burned all of our furniture in the fireplace last night. I said, I got to heat. The kids need some, heat. And that's true. We took our dining room table and we took our coffee table. I cut them up and broke them up, threw them in the fireplace, and that's how we had heat. So anyways.
That's sad.
I got 2 drums, right? And I'm filling them up, about that time, whoop! I'm like, what the heck? The Chesapeake top rolled on in the yard. What are you doing back there? I'm like, oh God.
The first time you stealing something.
First time I try to steal something, it's for the family and the cops show up. But I ain't never seen the cops in that lot, ever. And I'm like, I work here. So he says, oh, really? And I go, yeah, come on in the trailer. I'll show you. My name's on the board. So I got out of there fast. I didn't want him to see all that fuel in them barrels. So anyways, I took him in there, showed him my name on the board and everything. And he was like, oh, okay. I just saw somebody back here in the dark and I wanted to make sure everything was all right. I said, oh, yeah. Everything's good. I put in things in the back of my truck and I was gone. The next day, my heating tank in the house is full.
Nice and warm in there.
I said, Lord, I'm sorry. I did apologize to the Lord for stealing it, but I said, I don't know what to do, Lord. I said, I burnt the furniture last night. What can I do? So anyways.
Hey, tell him the story of, I always thought this one was pretty cool. Tell him the story about Waddles.
Waddles? Oh. Waddles was my duck. when I was a teenager. We raised it from a baby, and we lived in front of a lake. So anyways,
a duck named Waddles. That's a perfect name.
We'd go down there and swim with him, and he was our pet. And when he got hungry, he'd walk up from the lake to our house and come around the back porch. We'd feed him. So we had him for a long time, and then this freaking punk kid, my brother came running to me with Waddles. And Waddles looked like his neck was broke. And he was crying and stuff, and I asked him what happened. He said these two kids threw a rock at him, hit him. So I took off. I had a little throwing knife. We lived out in the country. I went up there to his house with a throwing knife, and I was an idiot at the time. Nowadays, it would have been I would have been locked up for it. But back, in the early '70s, they didn't freak out about stuff like that. So I told him, I said, he was hiding. And I told his mom and dad, I said, look, more or less, when he comes out of hiding, I'm gonna get in a fight with him because he killed my duck. And I had the knife, and she seen the knife. She called my dad, and my dad got home from work, and he beat the living crap out of me.
Oh man!
He was like, "Don't you ever go to somebody's house with a knife again? Don't you know they could have sued us?" He wasn't worried about us going to jail.
He was worried about getting sued.
That's kind of funny because a lot of, in the 70s, it was kind of cool growing up in the 70s. You could do things that people didn't freak out about like they do now. Nowadays they protest everything, and you can have some fun.
Tell me about the job that you did that made the tabloids.
Oh God. I got a sign that says in my garage, it says, if people do anything for the dream, even clean up dog poo. Because that's where it all started. That's my first company. I put a little classified ad in the newspaper saying, I'll pick up your dog poop in your backyard for, like $5 or $10. Like the next day after I placed that classified ad, I had like 40 calls. Jeez. And the newspaper called me. Huh? Oh, it was called Canine Waste Removal.
What? Canine Waste Removal?
Yeah. And then reporters are calling me. They want to do a story on the man going around cleaning up dog poop. And then my car broke down. So I had this bike with a little seat in the back, Josh used to get in.
Yeah.
And a basket in the front. So I'm like on that bike, and I pulled up to people's house with my shovel and my trash bag. This is how desperate I was to get some kind of extra money to company going.
Desperate. We started at the bottom.
We started at the bottom.
That's desperate, Mom. You need money, and that's called desperation.
We had no money, so we had to start some business where you could start with basically nothing. So I pulled up in front of the customer's house on my bike, and then after filling the trash bag up, she says, "Do you want to just throw that in my trash can?" I said, "No, I'll throw it in the dumpster somewhere." So I threw it in that back seat where Josh arrived.
Damn, man!
And I took off down the street in that bike with a pile of dog poop in it.
Oh my God, man! How long did that last? How long did you do that for?
I guess I did that for about 3 months, 6 months, something like that.
We had a lot of clients.
Yeah.
A lot of clients, huh?
A lot of poop clients. The other day I was getting gas at 7-Eleven. I saw some guy in his truck that said Canine Doo-Doo pickup or something like that. I'm like, man, deja vu. I said, this guy's doing what I did 30 years ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, the cool thing about Fly One Board Shop is it all started when I started making longboard skateboards because they were like $160 for a good longboard. I said, man, I know I can make one of those. So I bought some Baltic birch and I made a couple for Josh's friend and for Josh, and I put a couple on eBay, just the blank decks, and they started selling. And I was like, man, this is cool. And not only that, they started selling, but they look bad. So I put some nice little graphics on them, and I started putting the grip tape on them and sell them. And then I sold a few with wheels, with trucks and wheels, but it was just so heavy I couldn't make no money shipping them like that. So I was looking through eBay one day and I saw this guy that was selling surfboard wall art. And I said, what the heck? This is exactly what I'm selling. And I had another customer that asked me about that, and I said, well, that's why I started looking for circular wall hanging. She asked me if I could make something to hang on the wall. So I looked, and I was selling, you know, my blank decks for like $9 back then. And I looked, and this guy was selling these wall hangings for $60. I was like, told Nina, I said, look, we don't have to put no trucks or nothing on this. We could just paint a design on it and sell them as a wall hanging. So I cut one out about 4 feet long, and I put it on eBay at auction. I started the auction at like $5. I'm not kidding. In 2 days, it was at $99. I told Nina, I said, you know what? I think we did it. I think we figured something out. So that's how Fly One was born. And then, you know, the first boards were kind of, when I think back and look at them, you know, they weren't all that, but I still got some great reviews. And then finally we started getting into epoxying them. And, you know, as the business grew, we started getting people, restaurants that want them, and they wanted their logos on them. And then I got a call from California from my, it was a hotel, I don't want to say the name, but anyways, he told me he needed 50 boards, one for each room. And that was the first big commercial order we got. It was like $8,000 order, something like that. And after that, we started getting designers calling us, and it was just, it blew up. And I said, this is what we've been waiting for. And I did both. I did Fly One, and I drove gas trucks at night for a long time. And then about 3 years ago, I quit driving gas trucks and just started doing Fly One. And you know, the Lord's blessed our business, and it's blown up. We probably, since we started, I know we've done, you know, I can figure it out exactly, but we've probably done close to $2 million in sales, circular wall hangings, and we've got a great reputation out there in the designing world and the restaurant world. We do tables. And I was telling Josh, you know, when he got out of prison, I said, man, I really need you to cut these boards out for me, help me, because I can't keep up. And about the time he got out, Amazon started allowing handmade items. So we put some stuff on Amazon, and we just couldn't believe it. It was just took off. Anyways, that's a little bit about Fly One and a little bit about the gas business.
That is a good entrepreneur story right there, my friend. Your phone's ringing.
Yeah, we started with nothing, absolutely nothing but a saw and a sander. That's it.
Yeah. And,
you know, bigger and better things are coming.
Yeah, so, they are.
And I'm excited about your YouTube channel, because that's something you started with nothing too.
Yeah.
I mean, you got nice cameras and stuff now, but when you started with nothing.
Yeah.
You know, all you had was a dream.
Yeah.
That's it. And like you said, my first subscriber was myself, was you. Yeah. You know, you got to have faith in yourself. You got to have faith in the Lord. You got to believe no matter how bad things are, they're going to get better. Because trust me, we've been down. We have been in rough spots. I mean, when you're looking in the cabinet and all you got for dinner is popcorn, you know, you could get down. Yeah. So, anyways, I better go, because when I think about those days, I get very sad.
Yeah.
Because.
Anyway. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you guys have it. I hope you enjoyed my father's storytelling as much as I did. It's always nice to hear stories coming from my father, man. I always have video. That's one thing, you know, that I regret about my brother passing away. We have hardly any video footage of my brother. It was only like, the only video footage we have of my brother before he passed away was literally right before he passed away. And it was almost as though it was destined for us to record that little bit of footage, because the Lord knew that he was going to be leaving soon. All of his life, we don't have no footage except for right before he passed away at his son's birthday. And I recorded it. Sad, man. Sad. So get yourselves, your phones, whatever the case is, go record your loved ones, man. For real. I can guarantee you will regret it if you don't. You know, there's times if someone passes away or something like that, you just want to hear their voice again and see how, you know, they move and just remember them. So, but anyways, if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Add me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that social media. Go buy yourself some merchandise off of Teespring and join the 23-in-1 Lockdown Compound.